All right. Whose phone is that? That's yours.
I think we're live right now.
I think we're live. Just waiting for people to come in. A couple minutes early. I'm gonna play some psych up music.
As always, if you can hear us, put it in a comment. Let us know. And also, just so that we know who's on. Greg is in.
Hey, Greg.
Carol DeVoe.
Hey guys.
Harris. Jordan Goldberg.
Leo's.
He's saying Uncle Ron.
I got some pump up music.
What is this? This is
Now, who sings this song?
Oh no, wait. Let me tell you. Wait, 'cause I know.
This is
I know.
well, just to let you know,
It's
this is the Bulls intro music, but is actually a group who sings this song.
Alan Parsons. Probably.
Good job.
This is actually the intro.
What's up, Falago? What's up, Jordan? Harris, what's up? Carol, what's up?
Isn't this the intro to Eye in the Sky?
Now, it's a song called Serious, and they use it as it is. It's almost like Eruption goes into Really Got Me for Van Halen.
Actually, 2 seasons ago, the Yankees did this before he could while they were still walking around the dugout.
This is Alan Park. I never knew that.
I don't know. It kind of sounds Alan Parsons.
Let's see who else is in. Joanne, Gene. What's up, guys?
Good evening to you, Gene. Hey, Judy. That's Tom Stuff Trivia sister.
Anyone know? Was anyone able to hear that song? I'm curious.
Another one go.
I just powered it off. How's it going, guys? Scott's acknowledging you. We got my dog today. Want to say hi to Leo? Leo says hi to everybody. He wants to participate.
Hey,
Muse! What's up, Muse? Hey, Muse, couple more weeks, right? One of the guys on here, Chris Muse, is expecting a baby, what, in 2 weeks? I wish you and Erica nothing but good health. That's not Kiss. Alan Parsons Projects. Good job, Gene. Well, I was letting the guest guess.
Oh, geez.
But
Carol is saying hello to you, Leo.
So just giving everyone a chance to get on. We're going to give it another minute, and I'm going to go through the rules. Jessica's not happy with you. Everybody here, get a piece of paper, a pen. We'll go over the rules in a minute. While we're doing that, I'm going to go over a little story, what happened to me yesterday.
I got to hear it.
So I'm going to just, before we start, hey, Michelle,
You know
Frank,
the story?
he knows the story. So my son is a senior. He's graduating. And obviously there's no graduation. So they tried to do something special yesterday and have one of their teachers, I guess a teacher that, they like, to come to the house to personally deliver the cap and gown. So obviously, Stephen doesn't tell me, doesn't tell Stacy. He doesn't. Yeah, my son barely talks. So he doesn't tell any of us. Around 9:30 in the morning, I'm in a bad mood. If anyone knows me, before 10 o'clock, you do not talk to me. I am I'm a bitter man to begin with. Even before 10, much more bitter.
I was going to add that, but
So all of a sudden, I hear Leo barking like crazy. So I open my screen door and I see a woman walking to the front door. And I just thought it was Amazon because we get about one or two Amazon deliveries a day. And me, like an asshole, I go to the woman. I mean, I don't even open the door. I'm yelling from the front door through the screen door. I'm like, put it on the porch. And I could tell she's trying to get something out of her mouth, like and I slammed the door in front right there. She must have put the package on the porch, and I go out an hour later and I see it's his cap and gown. Then I find out through Facebook what's happening because other parents
so
around
you
town.
didn't know
I
that
had
this
no
was
clue
going
that the
on.
teacher. But what's even great about it is it's on my ring. So I have a ring camera on my garage, and you could like see her walking up and then doing a quick detour. And Scott even says she looks back to go, that motherfucker, and just runs to her car, and you can see the tires shrieking as she leaves the road. It is an absolute nightmare.
She knows you're on.
Luckily,
She now knows
she
what
now
you're like.
knows me. So that was the story I had for today. Uh, so today, I think everyone's going to enjoy the trivia. It's going to be a little different. Uh, again, no answers in the chat room, but what we're going to do here is we're going to have Ed's going to have 15 questions and he's going to go first, and I'm going to have 15 questions. You want to tell the rules quickly? Because you might be.
We're going to give out 3 clues to a specific person, place, thing. It could be a musician, a rock band, a TV show, a movie, whatever. We're going to give out 3 clues. The first one, they're going to gradually get easier. The first one is going to be the hardest of the clues to guess it on. Not impossible on the first one.
No.
Okay.
I think I got 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I got 3 on the first one.
And although I changed mine around a little bit, so made it a
Tom's
little
Tough
harder.
Trivia is
Tom's
on.
Tough Trivia is in. What you're going to do is you're going to keep score. Okay. So after each clue, you get to give yourself a guess on who you think we're guessing. If you don't have any idea, you don't have to guess on the first one. But feel free to write down an answer. Then when the second clue comes, you can always put down a second answer. Third clue, you can put down a third answer. If you get it on the first try, you're going to give yourself 3 points. If you get it on the second clue, you're going to give yourself 2 points. If you get it on the third clue, you're going to give yourself 1 point. So the quicker you get it, the more points you're going to score. Okay? You have to keep track of your own scores. And at the end, we'll see what the.
In case someone did read, do you want to give like the Elvis?
Yeah, I'll give out. I actually got this one that Harris gave me.
All right.
Okay.
This is a test.
This is a test sample that I was donated by one of our loyal listeners, Harris. Okay. First clue. I was born in Walton on the Thames, and you know it already, right? From this, I'm sure Jim does as well. But second clue, and you can put your answers in if you know who this is. This is a test one. Feel free to put your answers in. Okay, I was born in Walton on the Thames. Second clue, I sang for King George VI when I was only 12 years old. And then the third one is I am known for making the hills come alive. And the answer is Julie Andrews. From the Sound of Music, The Hills Are Alive with the Sound of Music. So that's basically the how it's going the format of how this is going to go.
So again, no answers in the chat room, or else you get admonished.
Yeah,
And
you will be yelled at.
And will I enjoy it?
Immensely.
So And I think that's really
It's
it.
pretty bad that we're stealing other people's material
I
for
know.
this.
I know.
All right.
So we're gonna go slow for this. We got a request, and I think for this, because if you're playing with other people here,
Tom Stuff Trivia, yes, Julie Andrews.
yeah, if you're playing with other people here, you could actually banter amongst yourself and get the questions. But
Hey, Tom, what clue did you get that on, by the way?
so we're gonna go slow. We're gonna give about 15 seconds between questions here. We're not gonna banter as much the first half. We'll banter more the second half. So
Because we know some of you really love the banter, other people really love the trivia.
yeah. All right, you're up, Ed.
And Mia is in, your technical advisor.
Mia is admonished. No, you only admonished if you put the answers in the chat room.
No answers in the chat room, everybody. Okay. First clue. I was born in Europe in 1947. I was born in Europe in 1947. Do not put an answer in, but write it down on your sheet of paper right now if you know it.
So if you know it now, you get 3 points. So
Second clue. I was in politics from 2003 to 2011. I was in politics from 2003 until 2011.
play along, but don't give the answer.
Right.
And my third clue here is in my breakout movie, I was famous for saying, I'll be back. And I was for more than 30 more movies. In my breakout movie, I was famous for saying, I'll be back. And I was for more than 30 more movies.
That's deceiving.
Well,
That third clue.
why is it deceiving? Well, you don't want to give.
No. Tom's Tough Trivia said he got it.
Hopefully, our goal is that everybody can get most of these by the third clue. I think that's what we're hoping on.
Like always, mine is easiest.
And once again, the scoring system, if you got it on the first clue, you're going to give yourself 3 points. On the second clue, 2 points. And on the third clue, only 1 point. All right. Next one. I was born in Illinois in 1911. You got this on the first guess.
Yeah.
I was born in Illinois in 1911.
And just so you know, in case we ever get disconnected out of this feed again, sometimes it's happened. The Facebook police get us once in a while, like Frank says. I start a new feed, so you just got to get out and go into the new feed, just in case you see us get interrupted. It's happened twice in 9 weeks.
Hopefully, we're not playing any music. Hopefully, it won't happen to us. Okay, clue number 2. I became president of the Screen Actors Guild in 1947. I became president of the Screen Actors Guild in 1947.
And guys, feel free. Mia got it right. Feel free, even though to use the chat room for some banter. Just don't give answers, but I'm trying to read them as much as possible.
You want to hear what's on your mind, everybody?
Yeah, I don't know why the unicorn. We've gotten a few email things about the unicorn already.
Yeah,
requests.
Your unicorn horn is going to go.
Unicorn.
It's going to go untouched tonight. And clue number 3, I became president of the United States in 1981. Gene says he got it on the first clue, just like you.
Ah.
And so did Tom's Tough Trivia. Okay. I'm going on to my third one here.
You want banter? We give you banter.
Harris loves the banter. Okay. Third item here. Clue number 1. I've had several name changes before settling on the one you all know. I've had several name changes before settling on the one you all know.
Sorry, I hit the computer.
We didn't lose anything. Clue number 2. My first hit song was released in 1962. My first hit song was released in 1962.
Are you comfortable? You want to shift?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm never comfortable.
Third clue again. All right.
And third clue. In 1969, we tried to get back to recording, but in 1970 decided to just let it be. In 1969, we tried to get back to recording, but in 1970 decided to just let it be. And the Abners, Catherine Alice says the Abners got it on the first clue. Going on to number 4 here. I'm a movie that was released in 1939. I'm a movie that was released in 1939. I think we got a pretty good range of years and topics and everything. Clue number 2. I was based on a Pulitzer Prize-winning novel. I was based on a Pulitzer Prize-winning novel. Gino loves the hint. Not sure which hint he loves, but
What's up, Gino? I can't believe there's no asshole unicorn there. I can't believe either.
Well, Jim's the one who put it in.
What happened to the Rocket Man?
Clue number 3. I take place in the South during the Civil War. I take place in the South during the Civil War. We want to know who wants the unicorn back. Mia doesn't understand what the unicorn means, but we've had a unicorn here for a few weeks, Mia.
It's interesting, the weather patterns. We've had days in the last. We've been here the last 9 Fridays. We've had 30-degree days.
Yeah.
We've had 30-mile-an-hour winds. We had 80-degree days. Today there might be a thunderstorm.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
It's a beautiful night, but was it the first week it was very cold?
No, the second week.
And then the one week 2 weeks ago it rained.
Yeah.
Remember we walked with the umbrellas.
Hey, Tom Metz is on your strat part, your strat champion.
Yeah, Tom, I'm gonna have to go easy on you a little bit in the playoffs.
These 10 people said we want the unicorn.
Frank wants Rocket Man. He says Rocket Boy, but
I hope it's in the car.
I thought it was John Cusack.
All right.
Okay. Next one. I'm an actress born in 1967 in Georgia. I'm an actress born in 1967 in Georgia. And Cheryl Meyer put a picture of a unicorn with a thumbs up. I guess that is yes.
That's a thumbs up for unicorn. I don't know emojis, but that one I can figure out.
Carol DeVoe said me. And Stacy says Jess can bring the unicorn.
All right.
Okay, clue number 2.
We don't know when it's going to come out.
My brother and niece are both actors. My brother and niece are both actors. Gene wants a cowbell. Don't ask me why, but. And now, clue number 3. I won my only Oscar for playing a true live activist in the year 2000. I won my only Oscar for playing a true live activist in the year 2000. Tom Stuff Trivia got it. I don't think that's a big surprise.
No.
Tom, Ron calls you the king.
You are the king of trivia. There's a couple people who are self-proclaimed themselves as the king, but Tom is the true king of trivia.
Okay, next one. These aren't numbers, so I'm not even sure what I'm on yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm on number 6, everybody. I'm one of only 2 teams in my league that started in 1946 and are still playing in the same city. I'm one of only 2 teams in my league that started in 1946 and are still playing in the same city.
Tanner's back. Gotta love it. Where have you been? I hope it's not golfing. It's the teachers union wants to have a word with you. Actually, my son Harris wrote an apology to the teacher about how many people's kids have to apologize for their parents' behavior.
Clue number 2. I won 16 championships. I won 16 championships. And we all know what a bad apple Steven is. So,
Oh, yeah.
a bad hombre.
Oh, he's a bad hombre for sure.
And then clue number 3. Almost 25% of my home state's population is of Irish nationality. Almost 25% of my home state's population is of Irish nationality.
So if anyone came in late, we're giving out 3 clues. If you get it on the first clue, you get 3 points. Second clue, 2 points. And the third clue, 1 point.
Is Meyer Man asking me to repeat the first clue?
No, I think Meyer's saying he got
Oh,
it on
he
the
got it
first
on
clue.
the first clue. Okay. Next one. I'm a TV show that started in 2010. I'm a TV show that started in 2010. Clue number 2. Each week, I have a Sunday dinner scene. Each week, I have a Sunday dinner scene.
It's been very quiet.
Yeah?
Normally, for those of you haven't been on this, we usually talk a lot more. But I think today you need a little more concentration.
We need our fans to be doing the talking.
Yeah.
Harris just writes in banter, 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 but there's no banter going on. And then clue number 3, my cast includes a TV legend, a Tony Award-winning stage actor, and a singer from a pop band. My cast includes a TV legend, a Tony Award-winning stage actor, and a singer from a pop band. And you got this on that clue, but that was actually my second clue when I gave it to you.
Is it a boy band for Gino? Hey, Ray, what's up?
Harris wants
Ray
me to repeat because I was interrupted.
We're going to repeat at the end. I need more beer. Mia wants a beer. I got beer here.
Okay. Going on. While Ron's drinking, I'm going on to my next one. I was the 48th U.S. state.
Hey, Cindy.
I was the 48th U.S. state. Greg, I'm going to go over the clues again at the end, okay? So just you'll hear it all again.
You want to just read the second clue again? Just for the last one.
Okay. Let me just read all 3 really quick so everybody got it. This is the last one. I'm a TV show that started in 2010. Each week I have a Sunday dinner scene, and my cast includes a TV legend, a Tony Award-winning stage actor, and a singer from a pop band. Now we're moving on. I was the 48th U.S. state was clue number 1. Clue number 2 is my pro sports teams includes a snake and a bird. And clue number 3, in my northwest section, you'll find a grand landmark.
Say goodbye to Leo.
In my northwest section, you'll find a grand landmark. Okay, here's the banter.
And the
I
lights
just won
on.
my first virtual court case.
Hey, Bill Fawn. No answers in the chat room.
Yeah, this is what I warned you about.
Bill, if you put another answer in the chat room, I'm gonna have to come there and beat your ass in tennis again.
No, is he new?
He's no. I'm just joking with you, but keep the answers to yourself. Hey, Cindy.
Frank is so polite with it. He says no answers, please.
Yeah, you can't be polite here. Go ahead.
Harris's life is geography. We thought Julie Andrews was your life, Harris.
Mine get easier.
Okay. Next one. I'm a singer, born Marvin Lee Aday. Marvin Lee Aday, Aday. In case I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, but
I can't control if the broadcast it gets interrupted. I mean,
it's Facebook.
It's Facebook. It's Wi-Fi. I don't know. Let's just have fun. There's no award here for the winner. We're here just to bullshit.
No dum-dums for the losers.
You know,
pity candy.
So there's nothing else to do. So we're hoping that the state would have been opened up. We could go somewhere.
I know. 9th week of doing this, guys. You know. Give us a break. Okay. Question number 2. Or clue number 2. I had a part in the Broadway musical Hair, the movie Fight Club, and the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I had a part in the Broadway musical Hair, the movie Fight Club, and the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And I can't picture this guy in Hair. Yeah. A lot of nudity in Hair. Clue number 3 here. My debut album took off like a bat out of hell and is still listed as one of the biggest selling albums of all time.
Stop right
there. No clues.
Yeah, stop right there. That's right.
My debut album took off like a bat out of hell and is still listed as one of the biggest selling albums of all time. Okay, we're moving on. Clue number 1, I'm a popular actress and comedian. Let's see who gets it on the first clue. I am a popular actress and comedian. Clue number 2. I was married to a TV game show host. I was married to a TV game show host. And clue number 3. I am still alive today at 98 years young. I am still alive today at 98 years young.
I'd like to see Corona take her on.
It can't.
She'd be like, F you, Corona.
I know. And the weird thing is, I mean, you know how many actors and actresses are like alive now, around 90 years old?
Hey, we got company.
There's a lot. Okay, next person. I was born in Hawaii. That's the clue. I was born. That's just seeing Ron do his hula dance. I was born in Hawaii.
I've never been to Hawaii. Have you?
Either have I.
Yes, I have.
I've been to the Polynesian and Disney World.
That's pretty much the same thing.
That's about it.
I've been to.
And guess what? I don't think I'm ever going back to Hawaii. We'll be going to Hawaii.
I've been to like 44 states, but Hawaii is not one of them. If you've been to Hawaii, put it in the chat room.
Tom thinks it's a lot lighter there. I have a light right over us, Tom. So it's artificial.
You don't get
light.
much lighter than this, Tom.
It's dark in the background, but we have a big light up top. This is a professional studio we got here. We don't fuck around.
Okay. And watch your language, will ya? We got children
guys.
watching this.
You want to say hi to the audience?
Clue number 1 was I was born in Hawaii. Clue number 2, I use a stage name which is out of this world. Catherine Alice loves Polly. She's the one who's been working in Disney.
Polynesian.
I use a stage name which is out of this world. That was clue number 2. And now clue number 3. My music has a lot of funk in it. My music has a lot of funk in it. Not
I didn't get this one.
no. You don't know who this person is.
Ray loves Hawaii. Taking the kids next year. Yeah, sure. Ted Meyer. Ted Meyer, the king of funk.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. We got 4 more here, guys. Sorry to be putting you to sleep here, Ron, but wait until you listen to this guy.
I have a little more personality.
Yeah, I don't know about that. The problem is all your personality is bad. So,
true.
Okay. Clue number 1. I'm a movie character that was originally offered to Tom Selleck. I'm a movie character that was originally offered to Tom Selleck. Clue number 2. I appeared in 4 movies plus a TV series about my younger years. I appeared in 4 movies plus a TV series about my younger years. And now I'm going on to clue number 3. My famous nickname was taken from George Lucas's dog's name. My famous nickname was taken from George Lucas's dog's name.
Hey, Tom's Tough Trivia. Just right when you don't got it. We assume you got it.
We're assuming you got every one on
Yeah,
clue
so just
1,
tell
Tom.
us that you don't got it.
Okay. Next one. And I believe this is 12, 13, 14. This is 13, I believe. I hold the record for the most albums sold by a solo artist. I hold the record for the most albums sold by a solo artist. That was clue number 1. Clue number 2, I sold more albums in the 1990s than any other artist. I sold more albums in the 1990s than any other artist. And clue number 3, I was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 2012. I was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 2012. And Gino, it is not Peter Cetera, but a lot of people may have thought that, and you put it in the chat room.
Am I the only person here? But country music stinks.
I
hate country music.
I used to like country music back in
do
like the
not
70s
get
and
it.
early 80s.
Ugh.
But country music was so different.
To me,
then.
country music is like scratching a
Really?
chalkboard. Yeah. I can't.
Okay, going on. I am a famous U.S. landmark. I didn't give this one to you. I am a famous U.S. landmark.
That could be here.
It could be.
My porch.
Ron's porch. Anybody who puts Ron's porch in gets 3 points automatically. Okay. Second clue. I was built, and pardon my pronunciation of his name. I was built by Alexander Gustav Eiffel.
And Harris, I agree. Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers, I liked. I'm talking contemporary country.
Well, that's what I said. Back in the 70s and
Yeah,
80s,
yeah.
Willie Nelson was all right.
Eh, he was more true country.
Yeah, but he had some good songs. I was built by Alexander Gustav Eiffel was the second clue. Harris agrees. Ron's Porch. I think we're gonna have to make this a national.
You know what I was
landmark.
thinking we're gonna do? This wasn't my idea, but I think it's a good idea. When we might take this on the road and go to everyone's porches here. So maybe Harris, next Friday we'll go to your porch. We could do like each week a different porch.
We're gonna take New Jersey Porch Trivia on the road with us. If this goes on any longer, we got to do something because we're driving ourselves nuts with all this.
Bring Meredith Morocco.
Dan, maybe we'll come to Georgia and we'll go to your porch.
And that's actually a good idea.
Take it on the road.
Which is how I knew it wasn't your
Is that
idea.
your idea? That was the unicorns. We don't acknowledge you without the mask.
Okay. My third clue on this one. I hold a torch in one hand and a tablet in the other. I hold the torch in one hand and a tablet in the other. Great comeback, Harris.
Harris, I don't even know you, to be honest, but it looks like we're friends. I always think of you as a good friend. I've never met you before.
Wait until we start going out, Harris, and do trivia again in restaurants and bars. You'll meet Ron. Okay, last one. I am a singer-actress born in Cambridge, England in 1948. And Harris is laughing.
No, that's Jim laughing at Harris.
Oh, that's Jim laughing at Harris.
Oh, Jordan, big strike against you for liking country.
I'm a singer-actress born in Cambridge, England in 1948 was clue number one. Clue number two, I had the biggest hit of the entire 1980s with a song that stayed number one for 10 weeks. I had the biggest hit of the entire 1980s with a song that stayed number one for 10 weeks.
Guys, we're going to quickly, when we do the answers, we're going to quickly review the clues again. So.
And then you'll be able to put your answers in the chat room for anybody who's new.
We're going to do it quicker than this.
And question number three, I starred in the biggest movie musical of the 1970s. I starred in the biggest movie musical of the 1970s. Dan, don't put any clues in.
He's just joking around. He knows the rules. Is that it for you?
That was it for me.
Thank God. All right. Here I go. 15. This is going to be a marathon session.
It feels like 50.
All right. Number 16. I was born the 8th of 9 siblings. I was born the 8th of 9 siblings. I personally had only 2 siblings, in case anyone's interested. Number 2.
I was the youngest of 6.
You are?
Yeah.
I grew up in Gary, Indiana. Number 2. I grew up in Gary, Indiana. That should give it away for most people. And number 3, my first Billboard Top 100 was at the age of 11. Number 3, my first Billboard Top 100 was at the age of 11.
So much personality there.
I have a lot of personality on this. Hey, Bronco, what's up? Bronco, the rules, this is a little different today. So we're reading 3 clues. You guessed it on the first clue, you get 3 points. You guessed it on the second, 2 points. On the third, you get 1 point.
All right? Manny, nothing in the chat room.
Manny knows the rules, but all right. I'm a comedy. So this is a comedy. What originally started as a comic sketch on another show. I originally started as a comic sketch on another show.
Hey, Mia, who's the guy from Gary, Indiana that you know? There has to be a story there.
Number 2, again, I'm a comedy. I aired from 1955 to 1956. And number 3, my best friend was a sewer worker. Number 3, my best friend was a sewer worker. I know, Eric, but you know what? I have to give the rules. Most shows don't have our ratings, and people coming into the middle of the show. All right, question 3. This is a television show too. I'm the 5th longest running American animated series. I'm the 5th longest running American animated series. Good thing it's not back porch trivia. We actually almost did a back porch trivia.
In the rain.
Yeah. Number 2, my creator died in 2018. My questions are more towards kids. So Catherine Alice, she'll like it. It's a kids show.
Yeah.
Kids show. Again, number 2, my creator died in 2018.
Hey, the Farley family.
Hey, Chris Farley. Number 3, I lived in a city called Bikini Bottom. Number 3, we're supposed to get it on the third one. I live in a city called Bikini Bottom. All right. Number 4, I'm a person.
Number 4. Oh.
My number 4, 19. I was born in Washington Heights, New York, and moved to Miami at the age of 4. I was born in Washington Heights, New York, and moved to Miami at the age of 4. You should get this one, Jim. Number 2, I was the first overall selection of the 1993 baseball draft. Number 2, I was the first overall selection of the 1993 baseball draft.
Mia doesn't know sports, so
you don't have to know sports, Mia, for this third clue. Currently, number 3, I'm currently engaged to a famous pop star.
Hey, kid.
They all like that show. Told you, kids show. I got the kids like.
She's like 28 years old.
As a kid.
Number
3, I'm currently engaged to a famous pop star. All right. Question number 5. Tom Boone. Here's another sports one, Tom. Kind of. It's a person. I made my initial fortune in various technology companies in the 90s. I made my initial fortune in various technology companies in the 90s. Number 2, bought a professional sports team in the year 2000. Kids show. Sid Finch. No, I actually saw the Sid Finch 2020. ESPN had a 30 for 30 short on Sid Finch. Uh, okay, number two, bought a professional sports team in 2000. Number three, I'm currently a shark on TV. That kind of gives it away. Number three, I'm currently a shark on TV.
You're supposed to be given away by the third
Yeah.
clue.
All right, number six, I was born in 1965 and started off as a child model. And I was born in 68, although I was asked to model, so it's not me. Born in 1965 and started off as a child model. Number two, went to college in Princeton.
Ooh.
So that's like me, right? Too. Smart and good looking. Number two, went to college in Princeton. It's not Rosie O'Donnell.
Smart and good looking.
Harris is the king of banter today.
Keep it going, Harris.
So went to college in Princeton. And number
Chris
three,
Elliott.
in 2005, became a spokeswoman for postpartum depression. Number three, in 2005, became a spokeswoman for postpartum depression. I have a feeling the unicorn might be coming over soon.
Oh, no.
Jim took off like a bat out of hell. I wonder where he's going. All right. Number seven.
You know, Dan mentioned about seeing this person bowling once before.
Yes, you saw this person bowling. That could be the fourth clue if you were paying attention last week, and this person actually, last week, this person has a furniture line.
Furniture line.
All right, number seven. I'm a children TV series that started in 1992.
Another kid question?
I'm going through. It's a kids show.
Ron's doing the family version.
It's a kids show, but I'm a children's TV series that started in 1992. Number two, I had a very memorable song at the end of the show. I had a very memorable song at the end of the show. And number three, my friends were BJ and Baby Bop. And my daughter, I think, watched this show over and over.
I think all kids
I used
did
to
at that
we used to
time
have the cassette, and I could remember the song still drilled in my head like it was yesterday. All right, number eight. I'm a drama on TV
I agree, Dan. A little weird.
that aired from 1977 to 1984. I'm a drama on ABC that aired from 1977 to 1984.
I can't even say what my guess was when you gave
You didn't get this one.
No, but I made a guess.
Number two, I had a famous quote on the opening scene. Number two, I had a famous quote on the opening scene. See, Catherine Alice, she likes all these shows. That's why I did it for you, Catherine.
She's like the same age as your daughter, basically.
Yeah. Well, she had a famous quote on the opening scene. Number two. Number three, I featured on the show a miniature sidekick.
Oh, I got that on this.
Yeah. I featured on the show a miniature sidekick.
I think they know what the word means, Ron.
Kids show. All right. Number 9. We're moving along here. This is a person. This is a person again. I was born in Akron, Ohio in 1984. Dan and Tom, you should get this one. I was born in Akron, Ohio in 1984. Number 2, was drafted first overall and went directly from high school to the NBA. Number 2, was drafted first overall and in the draft and went directly from high school to the NBA. And number 3, had a controversial live special called The Decision.
No clue.
Hey,
No
Tom
clue.
Podesky. Tom Podesky giving a fourth clue. No clue, no answers in the chat room. This is your second time. Number 3, had a controversial live special called The Decision. All right. Air quotes. I like air quotes. All right, number 10. This is a good one. This is one of my favorite. It's not Babe Ruth. This is one of my favorite ones. If you watch, you could get this on the first one, I think. I started my career as a homeless boy taken in by the Seaver family.
We're all wondering where the shithead Logan is.
I started my career as a homeless boy taken in by the Seaver family. He actually has a better hairline than me. That's why I wear a hat. Number 2, been nominated for 7 Academy Awards. Number 2, I have been nominated for 7 Academy Awards. Not 6, but 7.
But not 8.
No. Number 3, I played Jack Dawson. They should all be easy by the third one.
Do you know what movies this person was nominated for?
Well, that's in the banter. I don't want to give away. I played Jack Dawson. All right. Number 11. Got 5 more. I was born with the name Eldrick Tant. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I was born with the name Eldrick Tant. T-O-N-T. Eldrick. Some people should get that in the first one. Number 2. I appeared on the Mike Douglas show at the age of 3. No, Mike Douglas. My mother used to watch Mike Douglas. I think that was on 4:15, like 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Yeah. Appeared on the Mike Douglas show at the age of 3.
I think they had Mike Douglas and then Dinah Shore had a talk show.
Phil Donahue?
Phil Donahue. He was later.
No.
He was like with Oprah or Geraldo.
Number 3. I have won 15 golf major championships. Number 3. I have won 15 golf major championships. All right. Number 12. And I started my career as a Presbyterian minister. I started my career as a Presbyterian minister.
Great clue.
That's a great clue, isn't it?
It is.
Number 2, my show ran for 895 episodes. Number 2, my show ran for 895 episodes. And number 3, had a famous Saturday Night Live parody about me. You were on the Richard Bay show, Gino. I was on Montel Williams and I was on Geraldo Rivera. One of them was during the OJ. I
Oh,
remember when they
really?
had the OJ Simpson killing. They had basically OJ coverage for on those shows for like a year. The whole show was OJ. Like now, if they had those shows, it'd be about Corona.
Yeah.
Now, back then, it was all about OJ. So the third clue, I had a famous Saturday Night Live parody about me. All right, number 13. This is like a board game. What game is this like? Is this like
This is like Taboo.
this is like Taboo? If you haven't
It's
played
like a
Taboo,
reversal of Taboo.
so we're actually playing Taboo. All right, number 13. I was born in England in 1948 under the name John Michael. And Frank, you should get this. And if you don't, I'll be disappointed. First clue. Born in England in 1948 under the name John Michael.
We're wondering if Frank knows it already.
I think Frank's asleep. I haven't heard from Frank.
Frank, are you alive over there?
All right. Number 2. I starred in my own reality TV show. Number 2. I starred in my own reality TV show. All right. Number 3. My band was inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2006. My band was inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2006. All right, 2 more. There's Frank sleeping.
Yep. Glad you're still with us, Frank.
We'll return the favor tomorrow. Actually, I gave Frank. If I gotta post it to Facebook. Someone gave me a pretty cool. It's like a puzzle of all these different things going on, and you had to guess 39 Beatles songs from them.
Oh, really?
It's really neat.
I'd
It's
love
like
to see that.
I'm gonna show it to you. Yeah, it's really neat. I gotta post it on. So a friend of mine had it. It's an awesome puzzle. I'll post it later today. Uh, Number 1. I became a cast member of Saturday Night Live at the age of 21. I have 2 Saturday Night Live questions. Became a cast member of Saturday Night Live at the age of 21. And Dan, no mass murderers today. No
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 pedophiles,
pedophiles.
no date rapists.
We're classing this up. All right.
Until the unicorn gets here.
Number 2. Had a small role in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
How small was it?
A little small, and this small. And Manny, I did like your mullet.
Yeah,
I actually think I think Greg Sampson mullet was a little more of a classic mullet than yours. You had your own style there. I don't know if Greg had the actual classic mullet, so I might give him the best mullet of the week. All right, so number 2 had a small role in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And number 3, she couldn't spare a square. Number 3, she couldn't spare a square. All right, finally, last one. This was a marathon session. All right. My first major film role came in the 1993 horror movie Leprechaun.
I guessed it on the first clue.
Yeah. My first major film role came in the 1993 horror movie Leprechaun.
Horrible movie.
I never saw it. I can't believe you got this one. This is a person. Got fired from my job for not enough flair. So if you've seen this show, you know it. Got fired from my job for not enough flair. And the third and last hint, co-starred with Mark Wahlberg in the movie Rockstar. This is a tougher one. So I co-starred with Mark Wahlberg in the movie Rockstar. All right, so no, we got all 30. We're gonna go through the answers pretty
And
quickly.
it took 1 hour for us to go through those 30.
Yeah, so let's go through the answers pretty quickly. We might banter in between.
Okay. We're gonna start with the first one. Remember, you get for the first clue. If you get it on the first clue, you get 3 points. Give yourself 3 points. If you get it on the second clue, you give yourself two. And if you get it on the third clue, you're giving yourself 1 point. Okay. If you don't get it at all, you get 0 points. Okay. I was born in Europe in 1947. I was in politics from 2003 to 2011. And in my breakout movie, I was famous for saying, "I'll be back." And I was for more than 30 more movies. And
you could do me a favor. Once we start reading the answers. You could put the answers
put
in the
the
chat
answers
room.
in the chat
Now
room.
you can put the answers.
Who knows them, okay? And the answer is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Second one, number two. I was born in Illinois in 1911. You got it on that clue.
Total guess.
I became president of the Screen Actors Guild in 1947, and I became president of the United States in 1981. It's obviously Ronald Reagan.
We had two Ronald Reagan questions back-to-back weeks.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's making a comeback. And the
unicorn
made it. Everybody, look. Okay, first two were Arnold Schwarzenegger and Ronald Reagan, two actors turned politicians. Now we move on. I've had several name changes before settling on the one you all know. I had several name changes before settling on the one that you all know. Clue number two was my first hit song was released in 1962. And number three is in 1969, we tried to get back to recording, but in 1970, decided to just let it be. And the answer is the Beatles. Number four.
By the way, again, I'm going to send you that little puzzle with the Beatles.
I want to say it.
That's awesome.
I'm dying to say it. Just like people were dying for the unicorn.
Erica likes the unicorn. Everyone likes the unicorn. You get
yeah.
Who was the president of the United States in 1985? Future Boy. I don't even know what you're talking about, Gina. Gina, okay. You're losing me.
I'm a movie released in 1939. I was based on a Pulitzer Prize winning novel. I take place in the South during the Civil War. I am Gone with the Wind. Literally. In about an hour, I will be gone with the wind.
If there was a gong show, they would take you off right now with the hook.
Okay, next one. I am an actress born in 1967 in Georgia. My brother and niece are both actors, and I won my only Oscar for playing a true live activist in 2000. It is Julia Roberts. Julia Roberts, the movie that she won the Academy Award for, what was it? It was Ellen Brockovich.
I remember her brother.
Eric Roberts.
Eric Roberts was in a crazy movie. It was called Star 80.
Yes.
You remember that movie?
Yes.
That was very disturbing. Actually, we shouldn't go down there.
He was also in one with John Boyd called Runaway Train.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I remember Star 80 was like obsessive.
Yeah. Yes, it was like a murder or something of like a star. Was it a rock star?
It was his wife. It wasn't a murder. He was obsessed with his wife.
Was that what it was?
Yeah, he was like just a lunatic.
Okay.
Just like a.
We're moving on. I'm one of only two teams in my league that started in 1946 and are still playing in the same city. I won 16 championships in almost 25% of my home states. population is of Irish nationality? And the answer is the Irish is a clue. It's the Boston Celtics. Going on. I'm a show that started on TV in 2010. Each week I have a Sunday dinner scene, and my cast includes a TV legend, a Tony Award-winning stage actor, and a singer from a popular band. And it is Blue Bloods.
Ah.
And the TV legend is Tom Selleck. And, you know,
we've had Tom Selleck now 2 weeks in a row.
I had 2 Tom Sellecks in this, I think. Arizona. Oh, I'm giving you the answer. I was the 48th state, U.S. state. My pro sports teams include a snake and a bird. And in my northwest section, you'll find a grand landmark. It is Arizona. I am a singer that was born Marvin Lee Aday. I had a part in the Broadway musical Hair, the movie Fight Club, and the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And my debut album took off like a bat out of hell and is still listed as one of the biggest selling albums of all time. Bat out of hell.
I think we were talking about, someone actually said that they should be in the Hall of Fame. And
Meatloaf.
I think it was Gene who actually said he compared him to Don Mattingly.
Meatloaf does not
like had the two
belong in the Hall of Fame, but
Rocky,
the answer was Meatloaf.
Did you take
everybody.
out Rocky Horror Show?
Yeah, no, I kept it in there.
Right.
Okay.
Anyone used to watch the Rocky Horror? I used to go. We used to have it in Teaneck. It was like a midnight.
The midnight showing. Yeah, I went once.
I don't know why they don't do that anymore.
They should. I think they do. It's just that everybody has seen it on TV and stuff, so, and videotape or DVD. Okay. I am a popular actress and comedian. I was married to a TV game show host, and I'm still alive today at 98 years young, and it is Betty White.
You could have given the hint Aristophanes.
I could have, because she was on that episode of
The Odd Couple. And like I said, she would kick Corona's ass.
Okay. I was born in Hawaii. I use a stage name which is out of this world. But quit the hula dance around. And my music has a lot of funk in it. I almost wrote Uptown Funk in it, and I took the word Uptown out. It's Bruno Mars. You don't know Bruno Mars.
I don't even know who Bruno Mars is.
Bruno Mars.
I've heard
I
the
think Bruno
name.
Mars. You would like him.
Probably not.
Yeah, I think you would. Okay. I'm a movie character that was originally offered to Tom Selleck. I've appeared in 4 movies. See, Tom Selleck again. I appeared in 4 movies plus a TV series about my younger years. And my famous nickname was taken from George Lucas's dog's name. The TV series was called Young Indiana Jones. And the character is Indiana Jones. That was actually offered to Tom Selleck. And he couldn't take it because of Magnum.
That's a big mistake.
Well, he had Magnum for a long time. Want to say anything?
No.
Or going on? Okay, got 3 more. I hold the record for the most albums sold by a solo artist. This is amazing. More than Elvis. I sold more albums in the 1990s than any other artist, and that doesn't surprise me that much. He was big in the 90s. And I was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in the year 2012. The answer is Garth Brooks. Country. I like Garth Brooks. Okay, I'm a famous U.S. landmark. I was built by Alexander Gustav Eiffel, and I hold a torch in one hand and a tablet in the other. Do you know what this is?
I guess it's the Statue of Liberty.
You are pretty smart.
I guess he made the Eiffel Tower too.
He did the Eiffel Tower as well.
He's busy.
I know. And the last one I got.
Bruno Mars did perform at the Super Bowl. I did see that. I think I turned that one off.
He's very good. Okay, last one. I'm a singer-actress born in Cambridge, England in 1948. I had the biggest hit of the entire 1980s with the song that stayed #1 for 10 weeks. And I starred in the biggest movie musical of the 1970s. Obviously, the movie musical of the 1970s, it was Grease, so it is Olivia Newton-John. And that's it, guys. That were my answers.
That was yours?
That's all of them.
All right.
It goes a lot quicker doing that. Don't put it on my head.
You look it actually looks more stylish on you
Madam
than it does me.
Butterfly look.
It helps with the banter.
All right. Born the eighth of 9 siblings, grew up in Gary, Indiana, and first Billboard Top 100 was at the age of 11, and that is Michael Jackson. So technically, we did talk about a pedophile.
Yeah, no, never accused.
So technically,
Never accused. Well, it was accused, but never proven.
all right. Number 2. Originally started as comic sketches on another show. Aired from 1955 to 1956. And best friend was a sewer employee. And that is his friend Norton, and that is The Honeymooners, which is unbelievable. It was only on for
1 year.
1 year.
1 year.
And it was
wasn't
like,
even 2 years.
how many episodes?
39, I think.
That's remarkable. I think we've talked about this in previous weeks, that the whole episode is in one room.
Yes.
You know, it's just remarkable.
It's like doing a play.
All right. I'm a blabbermouth. All right. Number 3. It's the 5th longest running American animated series.
My first guess was The Simpsons on that one, too. The sketch on the other side.
Creator died in 2018 and lived in a city called Bikini Bottom. That probably gave it away. It is SpongeBob SquarePants.
Everybody's trying to get into Bikini Bottoms.
So, someone said that's more of an adult, one of your family members.
Yeah,
That's like
it's not a kid's thing.
That's a kid's show. But there's sarcasm in it, like adult sarcasm in it, but it's a kid's show. All right, number 4. Born in Washington Heights, New York, and moved to Miami at the age of 4. Number 2, first overall selection of the 1993 baseball draft. Number 3, currently engaged to a famous pop star. And that is Alex Rodriguez, A-Rod or A-Royd or whatever you want to put in his name. And he was going to buy the Mets. I think they decided against it. Him and Jennifer Lopez were going to buy the Mets. I thought that would have been funny if they did.
My niece Teresa, we were talking baseball one time, and she says, "I only know 3."
Seinfeld said they did. Scott said Seinfeld did a whole episode in one room, the one where Kramer was not in it. Kramer was not in. Which one is that?
The Chinese restaurant, maybe.
Oh yeah. You're right. That was a bad episode.
It wasn't a bad one. It's just nothing happens in it.
Yeah, Cartwright, right?
Yes.
Cartwright.
Yeah, that was a funny scene. That.
Yeah. All right, number 5. Made his initial fortune in various technology companies in the 90s. Bought a professional sports team in the year 2000, which was the Dallas Mavericks. And the third one, which gave it away, is I'm currently a shark on TV, which is Shark Tank, and that is Mark Cuban. You watch Shark Tank?
Yeah.
I like that show.
It's a decent show.
Number 6. Born in 1965 and started off as a child model. Went to college in Princeton, and in 2005 became a spokeswoman for postpartum depression. And went bowling with Dan is Brooke Shields. All right. Number 7.
dance or bowling, I think, right?
Yeah, and also
Yeah.
has, as I said, a furniture line with Kathy Ireland and
Yes.
Paulina Porsakova
I
and
think
all these things. So, number 7, I'm a children TV series that started in 1992. And I had a very memorable song at the end of the show, and that's that I love you. Ugh. My friends were BJ and Baby Bop, and that is Barney. And like I was telling you, we had a cassette, and we had to play it over and over.
videotape
Yeah,
or
our daughter.
audio.
This was cassette. My daughter's 24 years old, so it was a cassette. You put it in the car,
Okay.
and she wanted the same thing over and over. And my daughter was not easy, so we just wanted to shut her up. I remember the song "Fly My Kite." It's like stuck in my head
I don't know
still.
any of that. I never really watched Barney. I had nieces and
I
nephews,
think
so.
everyone got Barney. Is Barney still on?
I don't think the original, but they may show reruns of it.
He's in prison.
He's in prison.
The real Barney's in
The
prison.
real Barney's
For what?
No, the guy who dresses as
The
Barney,
guy who
or
dresses as Barney.
or is actually Barney.
There's not a guy with a dinosaur costume actually in a cell.
What's
He's
he-
in prison
For what?
for pedophilia.
You're joking.
Oh, we got
I'm
it.
not joking.
Somehow pedophilia comes into like every conversation.
Someone
we're
go on
having.
Google and confirm that, because I don't believe Barney was a pedophile. All right, number 8. I'm a drama on ABC that aired from 77 to 84. I had a famous quote on the opening scene, the plane, the plane. I featured on a show as a miniature sidekick, and that is Fantasy Island. And there was a documentary on Hervé Villechaize on HBO. Actually, it wasn't a documentary. It was a guy acted. It was a drama, a show.
Well,
I don't even know what the fuck you
How
call it.
much could there be about him?
He had a pretty dark life. I mean,
Wow.
he had a, you know, he was, I'm surprised, he was a party animal. So,
That doesn't surprise me.
all right. Number 9, was born in Akron, Ohio in 1984. Was drafted first overall and went directly from high school to the NBA, and had a controversial live special called The Decision. That might have been a tough clue for people who don't follow sports, but it's LeBron James. I bet you a lot of people put Kobe Bryant, but it was LeBron James.
Kobe Bryant would be a little too old.
Yeah, 1984 was the clue. All right, here's the one I'm curious about. How many people got this on the first clue? I started my career. This is a sitcom. I started my career as a homeless boy taken in by the Seaver family.
I knew it off of that.
And it's not Tom Seaver. It's
It was
Seaver.
on the show Growing Pains.
Been nominated for 7 Academy Awards, and I played Jack Dawson. It's Leonardo DiCaprio, and I guess he played what? Lucas? Luke? What did he play?
Yeah, it was something like that. I
He
don't.
played as, I think it was like the last season of Growing
Yeah,
Pains. He was
yeah.
terrible. He was horrible in it.
I watched that show when it first came on, but after about 2 or 3 years, I wasn't watching.
Tom also said he had a controversial tweet. Tom could do tweet trivia. Amazing. Tiger Woods, the next one. Oh, I'm giving it away. Well, born the name Eldrick Tant. Eldrick Tant. Appeared on the Mike Douglas show at the age of 3, and has won 15 golf championships, but everyone would get that. And that is Tiger Woods. I didn't know. You knew his name was Eldrick Unicorn? I didn't know that.
You knew it.
Muse would have gotten
I used that in one of my trivias like 10 years ago when Muse knew that.
Tom Metz. The Growing Pains was the sitcom.
Ron's clues are all over there.
The Seaver family was Alan Thicke.
Yes.
Alan Thicke was the parent.
He was the father.
The whole family they were called
Kirk
the Seaver
Cameron
family.
was on it.
Kirk Cameron, yeah, and it was in the 80s. It was on for many years, I think, right?
Yeah. But Leonardo DiCaprio
was just in the last year, I think, Leonardo DiCaprio. All right, I started my career as a Presbyterian minister.
I knew you knew it, Muse.
Uh, my show ran for 895 episodes and had a famous Saturday Night Live parody about me, and that is Mr. Rogers.
I couldn't think of
And
that.
Alan, Dan's right. Alan Thicke died too young. He died playing hockey.
Did he?
Yeah, he was playing hockey.
What, about 5 years ago, maybe?
Yeah, maybe a little more. He was playing hockey, and he just dropped dead on the ice. Yeah, Tracy Gold was in there. Good
Yeah.
ones. All right, number 13. Three more. We're winding down here. Born in England in 1948 under the name John Michael. Curious anyone got that in the first clue. Frank,
Frank,
wake
did you
up.
know that? Tom, did you know it?
John Michael. I starred in my own reality TV show. That pretty much should give it away.
I didn't get this one.
I know. My band was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2006, and this is Ozzy Osbourne. What was the name? He was on MTV. What was the name?
The Osbournes.
The Osbournes.
The obvious answer.
And here's another guy who would say if Corona came up to Ozzy Osbourne, he'd be like, "Fuck you."
Now, his wife was Sharon. What were the kids' names? Any idea?
No clue.
Yeah.
His daughter sang a few.
His daughter is a
She's
singer.
pretty talented.
Yeah.
The son's like a bum, I think, right?
I
I have no
It
clue.
was Jack. The son was Jack.
Jack Osbourne.
And what was the daughter's name?
Sharon Jr.?
No.
Sharon Jr.
I
You
have-
don't give a
Wasn't she
Jr.
on it like an America's Got Talent or something?
I have no clue. I have no clue. Number 14. I'm curious who
Frank
got
did
this.
not know it on the first clue.
Frank
Frank, you're letting us down.
became a cast member of Saturday Night Live at the age of 21. And this is not Eddie Murphy. Had a small role. Muse, you should have this now. In National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And the third clue is she couldn't spare a square.
And you have to throw in a Seinfeld.
We have to throw every week. We got to throw a sign. 100%. And it's Julie Louise Dreyfus, who was on Saturday Night Live and terrible on Saturday Night Live. That was the bad year.
I thought she was only on it for 1 year, but I think
she was in it for a couple of years.
Yeah.
She played the neighbor of Clark Griswold, the stuff up neighbor,
Yes.
who kept on getting like stuff thrown through her window. And she was in the stall asking someone to spare a square, which ironically is what we needed to do
with the coronavirus.
With the coronas, we all
on.
need to spare a square. So,
once again, Seinfeld was ahead of its time.
Ahead of its time. Last one. My first major film role came in the 1993 horror movie The Leprechaun.
Mia loves Seinfeld.
Who doesn't like Seinfeld? But
the uniform.
Mia, you missed it. We actually had a Seinfeld character. If you go into my history, you could see we had a Seinfeld
a couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago. It was just got fired from my job for not enough flair, and co-starred with Mark Wahlberg in the movie Rockstar, which probably didn't help many people. I know, Scott, you saw that. It's Jennifer Aniston, and Not Enough Flair was in Office Space when she was the
Never saw the movie. So.
She was the waitress and the manager, because she had to have like all these buttons with flair on it.
Well, if you'd like to just wear them in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to you.
That's.
If that's what you're comfortable with.
I think I've seen Office Space like 20 times.
It's great.
I guess they're on Rockstar.
But you don't work in an office.
Well,
I mean, we don't even know what you do.
He works for the
who
CIA.
work? What's that?
All right, so I guess now you need a calculator.
Yeah. Figure out how many you got. Tom Metz got 39. Harris got 40. 40 points here for overall 83. Harris
got 8. Wait, Trudy and I got 40 points here for an overall of 83. We want to know 83. I want to know the total. So you got to do some math here. You got to do some adding up. I should put the Jeopardy music on.
Just figure out your scores. Tom only got 62. Harris is kicking Tom's butt.
Harris is 52 for
52
Gene.
for Gene. Harris, are you sure you added correctly?
Yeah, Harris, do me a favor, double check it.
52,
You know?
39.
I don't even know if 82 is possible. 60.
Were there even 83 points?
What's 35? 30 times
30
3. There's
times
no
3
way,
is
Harris,
90.
you got 83 points.
Harris, come on.
There is no way you got 83.
Total is 90. That's the best you can get.
We're gonna. In fact, we're coming over with our auditors. Cooper's Library, and we're gonna audit that sheet. I don't know. We're gonna
The
put
oldies got 37.
37.
Scott got 4 points.
Scott got 4. Come on.
Hughes got 55 for him and Erica.
Me at
and the
29. You know, that's not representing the meetup group. You know,
she's a rookie, but she's.
It's a rookie. Lack of experience today. we're gonna stalk. Carol 37. Jordan, you're cranking 60. Is that the number one score? 69. Yes.
Tom and John, I think, are playing together.
30 times 3 equals 90. I have no clue. There's no way you got all question. I think.
No, she's just saying that's the total that you could, the highest you could get. I think.
Oldies but goodies 37. I don't even know what's a good score here. I guess 30s and 40s is good. 34. Joanne, you usually dominate. She's got 34.
If you average 2 points per, that's 60. That would be, I would think, like a very good score, averaging 2 points.
So I'm going to say if you were in the 40s, you did a good job.
Yes.
40s a good job. All right, well, we have to decide what we're going to do next week. If anybody has any ideas, put it in the chat room. We'll figure out.
We may, if we're doing this for a few more weeks, I think we should try doing this again. I think everybody had a good time doing this.
Yeah, we might have to go. We might be at Harris. Harris, if I come in, you got to let me in.
I think the unicorn should sit in the power chair.
No, that is the power chair.
No, it's not the power chair.
Joanne loves Tom Selleck.
Maybe we'll do a Tom Selleck trivia. 42 is a good score. You challenged Harris to score. 82, I just don't trust.
I agree.
That means he got almost all of them out in the first
Harris,
quarter.
they're calling you a cheater right here. Everybody thinks that you're cheating on this stuff.
Harris, what you should do is take a picture of your sheet of paper.
Scan it and send it to us.
And scan it and put it in the chat room. All right. Well, it's almost an hour and a half. I think we bored you enough tonight.
Before we leave, I just want to mention tomorrow Frank is doing his music trivia. We got to give Frank the plug. 7 o'clock on Frank Todd's listeners' Facebook page. Go in. It's 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s music. We're still on. And
I told you.
the unicorn kicked the plug, everybody, but we're still alive. Go in, listen to Frank, join into Frank's trivia. It's a good time and everything. And that's it for me.
All right, guys. Enjoy the evening.
So long, guys.
Thanks
for tuning in again.